Chapter 6, Section 3, Part 2, Scale Drawings and Maps. Our objective today is to use proportions to solve problems involving scale drawings and maps. Scale. That's what defines the proportion relationship between distances on a model, map, or drawing and actual distance. If you've ever been to Disneyland or Disney World or Magic Mountain, you know how they always give you those maps and to tell you where things are. Well, those aren't to scale because you'll notice that like the Matterhorn's really big on the map, or Pirates of the Caribbean is really big, but you won't see like the smaller things. So that's kind of what scale is about, and those would not be to scale. Scale drawing is an enlarged or reduced drawing that is similar to an actual object or place. The ratio of a distance in the drawing to the corresponding actual distance is the scale of the drawing. The scale on a map reads 1 centimeter to 200 meters. Find the actual distance if the distance measured on the map is 7 centimeters. So we're going to set up a ratio here. We've got the map, which is in centimeters, to the actual distance, which is in meters. So if on the map it's 1 centimeter, the actual distance will be 200 meters. So we have a ratio of 1 to 200. Well, what do they tell us? On the map it's 7 centimeters, so we need to figure out what is the actual distance. And here's where we can cross multiply. So we'll do 1 times x is x, 200 times 7 is 1400, and we're basically done. The actual distance in real life would be 1400 meters away. So here they give us a scale, and you'll often see this on maps. They'll say 1 inch is equal on the map is equal to 300 miles in real life, or you might see where it says 1 inch to colon means 2, 300 miles. So if we measure this out, we'll go with our map. So we'll do our ratio of map in inches to actual in miles, so 1 to 300, and we're going to measure this out. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, so it's 5 inches on the map. What would be the actual distance in real life? So would you please solve this? Okay, so when you cross multiply, you get 1 times x is 1x, 300 times 5 is 1500, and we're done. So the actual distance in real life is 1,500 miles. I don't know if that's accurate or not, but it sounds good. Sounds about right. Okay, so we want to find the actual distance from LA to Washington, D.C. now. Again, we have our scale, and it's the same as last time. And we have our map in inches over actual miles. And we're going to count this out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it's about 9 inches on the map from LA to Washington. Would you figure out the actual distance in real life? Pause the video. Start it back up when you're ready to check your answer. Okay, so I've got 1 inch to 300 miles is equal to 9 inches to how many miles? Well, when we cross multiply, you'll get x, and 300 times 9 is 2700. Now, some of you may not be doing the cross multiplying, and I understand because you're really just multiplying 9 times 300. But I'm trying to show you the way that always works all of the time. So the actual distance is 2,700 miles away. Okay. Now, here's the car, and we want to find the actual height and length and height of the speedster. So, on our drawing, it's 4 inches. And if you notice, our scale is 1 inch is equal to 2.5 feet. So we have here's our ratio, 1 to 2.5. So we got 4 over x, 4 to x, cross multiply, and we get 10. So the length is 10 feet. Now if we measure the height, we get 1 1/4 inches. So we'll use the same scale here, 1 to 2.5 feet, equal to 1.25 to y. Cross multiply, and we get 3.125. And we're done. So the height would be 3.25 feet. So what is that? Probably about 3 inches. No, about 1 inch. So I don't know how accurate this map is, or this ratio is, because that's a pretty low car. You're sitting pretty low to the ground. So, but it's a good example. Here we have a blueprint of a house, or at least the front of a house, and they tell us it's 1 inch is equal to 8 feet. If the actual dimensions are 80 feet by 30 feet, find the map dimensions x and y. So we've got our scale. It's going to be 1 inch to 8 feet. So there's our scale. Now here, this time though, they give us the actual dimensions. So if we want the length, we're going to put the 80 on the bottom because that's the actual length of the house. So now when we cross multiply, we're actually going to have to do some work here. We're going to get 80 is equal to 8x, divide by the number in front of the variable. That's called the coefficient. And you'll get 10 inches. Would you find the height of the map or of the blueprints for this house? So cross multiply. We get 30 is equal to 8y. Divide by 8, and we'll get the map height or the blueprint height would be 3.75 inches. That's our answer. Okay, that's it. If you have any questions, post them on Edmodo or post them on YouTube, and I'll do my best to answer them. Or you can ask me when you get to class tomorrow. Thank you very much.